Hey, you fellers and fellerheads. Hope y'all doing good. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. If it is about to start raining, I wanted to show y'all something that I've been testing on silently a little bit. I don't even tell none of the fellers I talked to on the phone about this. If you guys remember, here a while back, I did a video on some never fails. I started GoFundMe to get that feller a muffler, bless his heart. Anywho, here a while back I did a video and I had a giveaway. I think Brother Sean at Watch City Knives, I think Brother Sean won the miniature survival bag, and I make these little bags. They're little MOLLE attachable bags, and you can wear them on your belt. You know, if you go camping, hiking, hunting, you got this on your belt, you take your backpack and all your gear off, you want to walk down to the river and check out the prettiness. And you know, you still got something on your side with a means of surviving yourself, you know. And, yeah, you have a way to start a fire and a way to, you know, you can drink some water and things like that, and maybe a knife or two, you know. First aid kit. You get the point. You can watch that video, just Hunting for Hookers mini survival bag, and you'll see it. This is my very much updated version. Like always, I'm sure I'm gonna get some comments that go like, "You're not a survival expert. You need to leave this stuff to the survival experts." And you blah 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 blah. You know the drill. All those nice people. I have to tell you something. I am 55 years old, and I've been through some harrowing stuff, and I'm still alive. So you know what, in a sense, that makes me a survival expert, because I'm still surviving. Let's get into this, shall we? I have to bring it back here in a second. I got Let me tell y'all, this kit that I put together is a supplement to what I always carry. So, and today I'm actually carrying pretty darn light. So let's start with what I'm carrying. You know, kind of a pocket dump, kind of like a HT's EDC, what you toting today, but this is like the mega version. I'm gonna slide this over to the side. Yep, and we're gonna start with the get out of here. No answer spiders were harmed in the making of this video much. I don't do spiders. So we're gonna start with what is in the pocket. Today is the Cold Steel AD10 that's kind of nasty because, well, I was using it. And yeah, that goes without saying. Yep, it's a beast. It's not a heavy beast. It looks like a big heavy knife. It's a big knife, but it's not a super heavy knife. But it has a triad lock. Also, this one's S35 VN, and I probably should have wiped that off before I started. But it's just real, so we're gonna leave it real. We got the Cold Steel AD10. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, and I'm not gonna show y'all the keys and wallets and all that stuff because everybody carries that stuff. But another great survival tool, yeah. Because trust me, that might be a big part of somebody else being able to survive, you know. But anyway, let's carry on. Cooper, you can't walk through the, yeah. Well, I gotta pick up my monster can. My wife's gonna kill me. Oh, and there's a daggum coffee cup lid. I'm gonna die. Where was that? Okay. Now he's walking through the opposite way through my tripod. You know, you can go around the tripod, buddy, okay? I love you. Yeah. Cooper. Okay, gonna lay down and knock the tripod over. All right, let's try this again. All right, I had to stop for a minute and take some stuff off my belt, so I hope nobody pulls up. I gotta stand up, my breeches might fall. But anywho, This might seem like a lot of stuff, but y'all gotta let me get done explaining, okay? We'll get there. All right. Now, here is my newest Leatherman, and this sheath didn't come with the Leatherman that's in here. The Leatherman that's in here is brand new in the box with its nylon sheath. But Brother Dennis Whipple, one of my subscribers, and I did some trading, and I acquired this. And it's the Leatherman Rebar. And I'll be honest, I'm a Leatherman geek. You guys know that already. But I really dig on this thing. I mean, I dig on it hard. It's still tight. It has a plain blade, and it has a mega serrated blade. Yeah, and that's actually referred to as something else. I'll get back with you on that. But you know what? I'm gonna have to kick this in overdrive because I'm being really slow and it's gonna take forever. It's got a file, screwdrivers, all, and my favorite part of any, well, I shouldn't say any, most of my multi-tools, unless it's a work multi-tool, is a saw, and it's got a wicked saw. So I'll be doing a review on that later. You know, Rebar's been out a while. I'm sure there's a lot of reviews, but you know, anywho, yep, the Leatherman Rebar. And then I got done with this the other night. Matter of fact, I was texting with John at J.O. Ventures when I was finishing this up, and he was finishing up a project he was working on for me, so it was weird. But he said, oh, it's beautiful, but he was being nice. But it's not beautiful, but it's mega functional. I made this here sheath. It's a belt carry, and I made it to house this. Yep, this is a very recent acquisition. As a matter of fact, I got this after I did the trade with Brother Dennis over here, because he was looking for a 125 OT, and that's precisely what this is. And I cleaned this up, but I do a lot of cleanup videos. I didn't want to bore y'all with that, but I really like this thing. And it carries like you don't even know it's on your belt. It's lightweight, easy greasy. And my last thing I carry on my belt, as you all know ad nauseum, is this. I made this slip. This is the first ever leather project I ever did, and it turned out pretty decent for what it was, but it was pretty easy. The hardest part was getting all this cut out because it's functional. When you carry it in your pocket, this hook right here catches in your pocket when you draw, and the sheath, the holster thing, stays behind and the firearm comes out. And then later I added this so I could put it on my belt. So sometimes I carry it on a belt, sometimes I drop it in my pocket. Okay? But got good retention. As you can tell, this is the Bond Arms Roughneck Derringer. Anyway, there's a story about that. I got it loaded with 38 specials right now. I recorded a review on this thing, and I watched it back several times like, man, that's pretty good. Well, I ended up cleaning some stuff out of my phone, and I deleted it. So I'm going to be re-recording that this weekend. But on a belt, Bond Arms Derringer. Yeah, I think it works, don't you? Now, we're going to get into this. This is a EDC carry thingamajigger made by Tac Gear. And I bought this at a pilot truck stop, believe it or not. And I've been researching them since, and you can pick them up online. You can pick them up on Amazon as far as that goes. And they're mega well built. It's not like a lot of stuff you see on Amazon. Yeah, this thing is really put together. Back it up a little, there's two on top of it. But as you'll see on the outside of this thing, I just took it out and didn't put it back in right. But I carry this. It's a Baron Son modern folder, and this thing is incredibly sharp. I need to go back on the website and find out what kind of steel this is is this is a jam up knife. It's so smooth. Yeah, and yeah, very useful. But I carry that, you know, I have other knives on me, but you never know. And these stay here, and I'm going to put it back here, or I'll forget to put it back here. And next up on the back side, I have my Glock 19, and I have an extra magazine. And that thing, oh, it's got a little strap in there that you can snap where you can't pull it out like that, but I had it pulled out because I knew I was going to be showing y'all. And I put the Trijicon sights on here, and that's pretty much the only, well, I do have the titanium recoil rod and spring in there. Other than that, that's all I've done to this pistol. I can shoot it really good. I know before everybody comes out of the woodwork, Glocks are ugly and Glocks stink, and well, yes, they're ugly. They do not stink. And I can put rounds down range with this thing and be on target like no other handgun I've ever run. That's why I have it. All right, Mike. Well, if you know, Mike, why are you carrying two guns, Michael? Why? Well, that's easy. If I get out of my truck, I want to go on a little hike. And I do that pretty often. I'll see a sign, historical site, blah, 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 whatever. And I'll get out of the truck and go down and look at it, because I travel a lot for work. And I'm doing this again. But anyway, I travel a lot for work. Well, I'll take this off my belt and put it inside the bag. And I put this on my belt, along with the extra magazine. I'll show y'all what I got inside this thing, but don't go start your head spinning, because a lot of stuff that's in here is not going to stay in here, and there's a lot of stuff not in here that's going to be added. But for the moment, I'm just testing out for weight. So I have a Leatherman signal in there, and this one is probably going in my bug out bag. I have a Gerber that I'm probably going to put in here, or I may not put a leather or a multi-tool at all, because remember, I'll always be carrying this. So, but right now I'm just testing out how it carries with weight. It'll go on your back, go on your front, like I showed you a while ago. And some of this stuff I got in here just because, all right? So, and that's really all I had in this pocket. So that just goes to show you I haven't put a lot of thought into the loadout. I'm putting a lot of thought into the carrying it. All right, then we'll open up the big zipper. All right, in the big zipper, I have a bottle of water. Now, I just got back from a walk, so this bottle's still kind of frosty and everything. I took that with me, and I also had another bottle of water that I was drinking on my way, because you never know. I mean, you might wind up in an automobile thing. I hate to say that and it come true, but you might want, there's a lot of things. If you got a little bottle of water in here, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. If it happens to get room temperature water is better than no water. So, and then following with that, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and show you. Following with that theme, I have a life straw in there. And Cooper's messing with the tripod again, but I have a life straw in there, and that goes without saying, because what bottle of water over there is probably going to become empty at some time. So, you know, self-explanatory kind of stuff. And the flashlight I picked for this one is a Nebo. And you might be like, why did you pick that flashlight? Well, that's because it becomes like the surface of the sun when you hit the button, and it's got different levels. And that, if you are off in the woods or whatever your circumstances are, and you want to try to signal for help, it works great. This thing holds 3 AA batteries, and if you run the light and you run it on dim, it lasts for about 10 hours. So, you know, there's that. And it's not really flashing right there. That's the camera picking that up, you know, all that digital stuff. And these things I love. And they're just ties. You can tie all kind of stuff up with them, reuse them over and over 1 billion times. And I love these things. They make a version called Night Eyes. And just a little spoiler, I received a package from Brother Sean where he gave me a pack of these in Night Eyes brand. And I'm going to be going over that package here pretty soon. Yeah. All right, the next item is I have a really good pair of leather palm gloves. And yeah, they're just really good gloves. Have this stretchy stuff on the back side so your hands don't get too hot. And probably in the wintertime, I'll switch this out for a more winter-oriented pair of gloves. But you never know when you might have to get out and move a tree limb out of your way, or whatever might happen. Your car's broke down, you got to work on something hot, and you need some gloves. But that's, you know, that's that. Here's where y'all gonna laugh. All right, inside here, even with all these knives, I have the old Becker BK18 in here. I've done a little bit of testing with it, but not a whole lot yet. I'm going to be getting around to that really, really soon. And, yep, you guessed it, I have another Swiss Army knife, because I have fallen in love with the Swiss Army knife. And I like the ones with the branding on them. It says Yosemite. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot more on this. I know one thing that's going to happen. This is going to go, because I hate danglers with a passion, and I'm going to be putting a tech lock on it and rewrapping the paracord. So there's that. All right, moving right along again. How y'all doing in there so far? I have the old big lighter. Now, I like ferrocerium rods. I like all the bushcraft campy kind of stuff. But let's just be honest. You can't beat a bit. You know, if you need to start a fire, man needs fire. As Cousin Terry, Terry's Nice Man stuff said, if you need fire, best way to go. Bit, Which brings me to the other part of that. I have one of my fire kits in here in an Altoids can. And I kind of get carried away with Ranger bands sometimes. I mean, my goodness, you cut up a bicycle inner tube, you know. You can have all of them you want. And in the fire starting kit, yep, another bit. Stormproof matches, or excuse me, waterproof matches. A little ferrocerium rod. I got some waxed cotton rounds down in there. And some jute twine. You know, and that kind of stuff. I might be adding just a couple of little bitty pieces of fat wood to this. Don't know yet. And in this one, excuse me. Okay, in this one, I have this. I'll show you in a second. Let's lay it right there so we don't forget about it. Yeah. And in here, this is waxed canvas. Little waxed canvas pieces. And they have been waxed and soaked. Well, soaked in wax and lighter fluid, because I just recently watched a video with Mickey at Hillbilly Ridge Outdoors where he was making these out of cotton rounds. And I'm going to be doing that too. And these are just straight up cotton rounds with a little Vaseline on them. All right. So, you know, a fella ought to be able to start a fire. And this is my little compact, you know, when I have to touch up my makeup and stuff. No, that was a joke. I don't wear makeup, believe it or not. This is natural beauty, y'all see. But it's a little compact. Got it at Walmart for like nothing. And this one has the double mirrors in there. And the double mirrors, you can open this thing up, put it at a little bit of an angle, and shine a light right here. And it will reflect and go in different directions in case you're trying to signal for help. Or let's say you're trying to start a fire. You got multiple ways you can turn this thing. If I can keep this on in frame. You got multiple ways you can turn this thing and reflect the sun. And inside my compact, and this one's new. I got one like that that's old. I got to check it in my bug out bag. But I always carry a little piece of aluminum foil. Because you know, one side of your aluminum foil is dull and the other side's bright. Well, if you bend it up enough, it gets more dull on the bright side. Well, the point is, you can take this and just cup it a little bit, and you can shine a light on it and see how it glows. And you can do that, and you can create a point that people can see glowing. Where this is like a direct beam, this is a point. All right, and if you get real crafty, you can turn this around and do both at one time. So, you know, a little piece of aluminum foil costs almost nothing. It's easy as pie to fold up real tiny and put in here. And yeah, there's that. It's a simple breakdown. I'm trying to keep this in less than a 20-hour video. And the little bag so far, I've been messing with it for a couple of weeks and trying different things. And I really like the way the Glock carries in there, because you can easily draw it. God forbid you have to. But you can easily change it out, put it on your belt, put the Derringer back in there. And I don't know, I may eventually elect to just carry one pistol. I don't know, that'd be kind of weird though, because some of the stuff like the edge tools, you know, all the knives, the BK9 or BK18 and everything, I mean, that stuff's gonna change. I'm gonna get it down where I have my carry knife plus a backup knife. And I always have a multi-tool on me, so there probably won't be a multi-tool in here. I'm gonna add a small first aid kit. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys the testing, and believe it or not, I have fun doing this testing stuff. You know, earlier I walked around and got all lathered up and sweat, came back, took a shower, put me on a clean little shirt and everything. Said, I'm gonna talk to the folks. Son, lazy doggy. I got her all repacked. I'm gonna put the Glock on my side this time, and I'm gonna show y'all how it totes, carries, and stuff. In this configuration, I like to carry it more up like this, but I'm kind of still working on that. Right now, I'm thinking to kind of slung to the side, because if you were in that, you had an unzip your pouch, it's a little more conducive if it's over this way than being in the middle. Makes sense. Yeah, it feels great. I mean, it carries really naturally, and there's a lot of companies make these. And I'll show you when I'm carrying, like with my Glock in here, I like to carry it on the front of me, because when it's on the back of me, I don't want somebody to be able to walk up behind me, obviously, and take the daggum gun out of the bag. You know, that might not end up too well. As y'all can tell, so far it's working out great. I'm hoping to do a little bit of a hike this weekend. I'm gonna strap a couple of cameras on here and go up here under the mountains and put out a couple of cameras getting ready for deer season. Have more on it then. You know, I might have to do a truck dump here before long. I think y'all find that interesting, because I believe in the old adage, it's better to stay prepared than get prepared. Yeah. Well, comment if you got any ideas, suggestions and stuff. And yeah, this is a work in progress. We're gonna see how it goes. Some of this stuff's gonna come out of here and other stuff go in until I get it exactly right, you know, the way we want it. But until I talk to you fellers and fellerettes again, y'all have a wonderful week, wonderful day, wonderful night, morning. And until next time I get to talk to y'all, peace and God bless. We out of here. I'm gonna go down here and fill up some corn feeders. You wanna go, Cooper? Yeah.